Today we have a story time about something scary that just happened. Well, it's been happening in my life, and I'm doing my best to stay upbeat and positive about it because I believe that no matter what negative situation you're facing, having a positive mindset can literally change everything. Like, it can change your whole attitude, it can change like the freaking outcome of the whole situation. So excuse my hair, can't do my hair to save my life, but today I'm going to talk about my most recent paranormal experience. Ever since I was a small child, I've always been able to see, some people call them ghosts, some people call them spirits, some people just call them people. Like, my entire life, I've been able to see spirits. I've been able to see people who have passed on and are in, I don't know where they are, I just know they're not alive. Like, I've had visits from relatives who've died, I've had visits from friends that have died, I've had random people that have died who have come up and have just interacted in my life. When I was in 4th grade, we moved from Delaware to Maryland, and I have lived in the house that I am in now for the past 10, 11 years. Ever since we have moved here, I have not felt safe. Not because, like, I live in a really safe area, but I just don't feel welcome in this house. Like, I can't, like, I just get so upset talking about it, but I want to talk to you all about it and, like, just, like, maybe spread some positive vibes if you're in the same situation. There are 4 rooms technically, that I don't feel the most comfortable in. Right now we're in my bedroom, which I guess is okay, but I always feel like there's negative energy right outside my door. Like, if you walk right outside my door, I literally feel like I have seen somebody watching me. Like, I'll have my door cracked open, or my door will be closed and it will open up, and I will see somebody out there watching me. I don't feel safe in we call it the craft room. That's where I keep all the stuff stored for my cosmetic business. I have been physically touched. I have been scared out of that room, which is what we're going to talk about today, because that is the most recent experience for me. I don't feel safe in our garage slash basement. Like, I just, like, there's, like, negative energy there, and it literally, like, just scares the crap out of me. And then I don't feel safe in my parents' bedroom. I also feel like there's always an energy there, and I just don't feel welcome. I wouldn't necessarily say that I feel welcome in any energy in this house, but I do not feel very welcomed in this house at all. Okay. Even now, like, I'm just, like, I can, like, talking about it makes me so uncomfortable. I'm very uncomfortable right now. Like, that's why I'm talking so much with my hands. Like, every little thing is just, like, hyping me up. My fear or uncomfortableness of this house, I'm working on that. That's something that I'm working on personally. I'm very uncomfortable. Okay, so the craft room. That is the place that I hate being the most, and I'm not the only one. My sister hates it and my mom hates it. I literally just don't feel welcome in that room. And I would definitely say that my feeling of unwelcomeness and my feeling of, like, don't like living here, I don't like being in this house alone, or I don't like even being in a room alone, that has escalated in the past 2 years. It has definitely gotten worse, a lot worse in the past 6 months, and I personally believe that's just because, like, my family, we're not going through the best things right now. Like, times have been tough and, like, stressful, and I believe the more stressed you are and the more, like, you are, like, the more negative energy you put out, the more negative energy you bring in. That's why I feel like in the past 6 months, everything's been, like, around here and, like, worse feeling. But the craft room, this just happened to me this morning, and it's taking me all day to get over this. Because I've been so scared, and, like, I guess a state of shock, I guess. Like, I didn't need medical attention, but I was not me. Okay. So basically, I had a whole bunch of people place orders in my shop today, which was amazing. I love getting orders, like, sugar. Like, I love getting orders. All that makes me happy. But I keep all the stuff for my business inside my craft room, which is the room that I hate being in the most. Which is kind of funny, because all the females in our house hate being in that room, but my dad, like, loves it. He loves being in that room. He finds it very calming, and we all, like, my family and I, we all share personal, like, similar paranormal events and experiences, like we all have the same level of sensitivity. So that's why my mom and my sister and I, we've all come to the same conclusion that we believe that the ghost is like, just hates women. And so he puts out like a vibe like, don't come in here if you're a woman. Like, we just, that's the feeling we get. That's our personal experience. I do not go in that room alone. I always bring my dog with me, or at least have my mom out there with me. So today, I accidentally spilled some some tissue paper on the floor, and I sat down on the floor to pick it up because I went under the table and everything. I don't know what made me turn. I guess I like heard a noise, and this, oh my god, this freaking giant black ball came rushing at me. I cannot tell you, like, it just like, it was like whoosh, and I got up and ran. Like, I freaking booked it out of there, and now I'm like, like, I still just can't believe, like, I feel like that was totally like, get out of here, like, get out of here, I don't want you in here. And I already hated being in that room. I already hated being anywhere near that room. Like, there's a certain point in our office that connects to the craft room that I refuse to cross because I literally feel so unwelcome. But I also know that the more unwelcome and the more I talk about it, like, the more energy or power I'm giving them. So I know I'm gonna have to go back into that room, but just even talking about the room, it makes me feel so uncomfortable. So this giant black ball, like, came at me, and I was like, oh, I got up, ran out, I started crying because I was so scared. Like, I was really scared. My mom was sitting on the couch, she's like, what just happened? And I'm like, this giant ball just like freaking came at me, and she was like, well, my mom is a lot tougher than I am, and she was like, well, you need to go back in there. And I was like, no, I'm not going back in there. And then she was like, well, you like I already knew that I needed to go back in there, but I just wasn't ready at the time. And she was like, well, you need to go back in there to prove him, the ghost, that, like, you're not going to take his crap. And I was like, fine. And I would say about 3 hours later, I, like, walked in the room and grabbed, like, the rest of myself. And it's not a big room. I would say maybe, like, the size of, like, a bathroom, like, maybe, like, 8 by 6. It's not a big room. It's a room that I use for storage for my business. So, like, I sat back on the floor, grabbed the rest of my tissue paper, and as I was walking out, something touched my shoulder. I felt this very heavy pressure on my shoulder, like, right here. I felt somebody just, like, press in my shoulder, and I have fibromyalgia, so literally, like, my brain just processes pain differently, and the reason why I noticed is because my shoulder just, it ached so bad. Like, somebody had really, like, gone in there and pressed their finger in. And I, like, asked my mom, and she was like, well, I'm like, can you, like, look at my shoulder? And she was like, yeah. And she said that I had a red mark there. And obviously, like, it would, like, I would know if I touched my own shoulder. And my sister was at school, my dad was at work, so it was just my mom and I, and my dog, like, couldn't, like, touch me. Like, that, none of that. There is no reasonable explanation for that point that I felt on my shoulder, or why I had a penny-sized red mark. Oh my god. My cat just hit my lamp and just scared the crap out of me. So there would be no explanation why I had this, like, penny-sized mark on my shoulder. And I just feel like now I'm, like, so, like, I'm so wired right now. Like, I'm so just, like, freaking, I can't, like, I'm scared. Like, I don't feel safe. I don't feel welcomed in my own house, which is, like, the worst feeling ever because I work from home. Like, I never leave the house, so I'm always on high guard. I also experienced something last year where it was not as scary as this experience that I just experienced today. But my mom has fibromyalgia as well, and she experiences a lot of leg pain. And something she says all the time was, my legs hurt. And so I was shipping up orders for my business again in the office, because it goes like, this is our office, and then there's like a connecting room, and then, like, right here is the craft room. So, like, right here is the craft room, but there's no doors or anything. Like, you can, like, walk freely, like, I mean, except there's a door to the craft room, but, like, you can walk freely. There's no doors. There's one giant open space. So my mom was sitting there playing on her tablet, and I was shipping off an order, and I heard somebody, like, my mom's over here, she's over off in this direction. I heard somebody out of the ear that is facing the craft room door, somebody whisper to me, my legs hurt. And I was like, what? You just said that. Like, why would you say that again? My mom, she's like, what do you mean? Why would I say what again? And I was like, why would you whisper to me that your legs hurt? And she was like, I didn't say anything. And I was like, stop playing with me because you know how much of a scaredy cat I am. She was like, no, seriously, I didn't say anything. And why would I hear it out of this ear when she was in this ear? Like, that didn't make any sense. And I've always just kind of been skittish of that room. It's definitely gotten worse as I've gotten older. Part of that I play because I have anxiety, and literally if somebody sneezes, I feel like it's a personal attack on me. Like, I just feed into everything so much. So that event, freaking, like, I just jumped because my cat hit my lamp. Like, she's sitting here playing on the floor. I'm playing and everything. But now everything is just like, I'm scared to leave my room. Like, I'm scared like somebody's going to be out there like waiting for me. That is my story time. And I don't think I'm going to sleep for the next 2 nights because I'm so skittish. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed listening to my story of how I'm terrified of living in my own house. As always, I love hearing from you all, and I will see you in the next video.